Warriors! Banks are freaking out. A cryptocurrency platform is offering 20% API. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. Warriors, I want to make sure that I get this out in the beginning. We are in the biggest shift in generational wealth in history. And this video today is to continue to spark your mind and open up your mind to start the research. Now, I'm not asking you to believe a word I say. When you give a man or woman a fish, they eat for a day. You give them a fishing pole, they eat for a lifetime. If you teach them how to feed a nation or teach them how to farm, they will feed a nation. Now, why do I repeat the same things over and over again? Because what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And the reason why most people, about 99% of the population, why 99% of the population is just over broke? Because they've been ingrained in their subconscious mind to live in a system that keeps them trapped in a 9-to-5 job, thinking that they need this health insurance, that they need their 401k, that they're trapped and they have to have this corporation in order to thrive. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Once we created our monetary system, it meant that you, if you had more coins than me or more money than me, were more valuable than me. And actually, the way it works is your value is based on how you feel inside. So I've created a Warrior Academy that helps people see their value inside, to clear their gut, to clear their mind, to understand economics, and take advantage of the biggest shift in generational wealth in history. So down in the description down below, we have a Warrior Academy where you can join over 800 warriors. I show my exact portfolio, what I'm doing in the quantum financial system, exact exit strategy that I'm going to be using as we head into the biggest bull run in history, or we're in the biggest bull run in history. We also have cryptocurrency calls every Thursday, a technical analysis call on Friday. We have a 120-day challenge. We work out live daily together, nutrition plan, the best community in the world, and a 120-day challenge to reprogram your mind, your subconscious mind to wealth. All that's down in the description down below. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Now let's get right into it, warriors. Now things are getting crazy, okay? Now banks are shaking in their boots. The very banks that are stopping you from buying cryptocurrency, that are declining your cards, are quickly and efficiently, I don't know about efficiently, are moving towards cryptocurrency protocols. Now, I want to show you this stuff and what's happening. I remember when my parents in the 1970s bought their house. I think they bought their house, I don't want to speak out of school, but it was around a 20% interest rate for their home. But back then, you could get amazing, amazing rates on your savings account. We are heading into a brand new asset class, and I want to make sure you understand this, what's about to happen. Banks are freaking out. DeFi, decentralized finance, we are going to be able to become our own bank. So your banks are quickly and efficiently behind the scenes working to get into the cryptocurrency game. Here's why. They are able to federally charter and custody your cryptocurrency. Okay, the bank that's declining your card is able to federally charter your cryptocurrency. So eventually you will have a crypto wallet. You'll probably have a FedNow wallet, which will have your digital dollar on it, and then you'll have a fiat wallet. So you'll have multiple wallets, and banks are going to want to hold on to your cryptocurrency for you so they can fee you. Here's why. Anchor begins countdown to launch a banking beating DeFi savings account. This savings account is going to crush the banks. So Anchor was originally slated for October launch, but the team pushed that back to late November. With the countdown showing on its website, this could really be it. Okay, check this out. Anchor, the much anticipated cryptocurrency savings account from the team at Terraform Labs, appears to be finally nearing to go live date based on their countdown clock on its website. Under the plan announced last summer, Anchor would allow users to hold Terraform's UST stablecoin pegged to the US dollar and earn returns that consistently outpace the annual percentage rate yield of a savings account in the US banks. Anchor represents a significant new decentralized finance application independent of Ethereum, where most of the DeFi action takes place. A basic savings account that could be more than competitive with traditional banks. Based on its own implementation of the consensus mechanism, UST has a market cap of just under $1 billion, making it the fifth largest stablecoin according to CoinGecko. The token has spread from its native blockchain to Ethereum and Solana. Anchor was originally slotted for the October launch, but the team pushed that to late November. With the countdown showing this site now, this could really be it. Check this out, Warriors. I'm going to check this. I'm going to take a deep dive on this, and I'm going to get you guys more information. So I'm going to get my team to deep dive this, and we'll bring this to you. Look at this, 20% API. Where can you get a 20% API on your money? We are in times like you've never seen before, Warriors. You could stake your money and get 20% return on your money. Now remember, Warriors, I'm teaching you how to take $1 and make that more. You're supposed to multiply your money. You should never be just over broke. You should always pay yourself first. Now, the key to the cryptocurrency space is a lot of people are going to come FOMOing in, fear of missing out, and they're going to hit this big wave up and make the more money they've ever made in life. But the problem is they're going to come sliding down the back end. That's why we created a very strict exit strategy. You don't listen to your friends or the news or media. You create emotional intelligence within the crypto space, and you pull profits on the way up. Like today, for example, I'm going to be taking a deep dive onto my Engine account, one of the cryptocurrencies, because it's appreciating dramatically. So I believe I just hit one of my pullout markers where I'm going to pull a certain percentage of my portfolio, and I'm going to put it into fiat or a stable coin so I get back my original investment, and eventually already I'm running on house money. So all the cryptocurrency earnings I'm having now are all house money. So I've already got my original investment back. Okay, so check this out. So number one, banks are freaking out. Anchor Bank is going to launch a 20% API. I'm watching the countdown. 1 day, 20 hours, 38 minutes, and 1 second. Now, I've brought this up many, many times. I want to continue to remind you, I have a lot of new listeners. JP Morgan creates a digital coin for payments. Now, this is the very CEO that told you cryptocurrency is a fraud. And it's proven that when he told you it was a fraud, they were actually buying cryptocurrency. I was in banking in 2017. I was at a big Fortune 500 company. I was a vice president of the bank, and we all thought cryptocurrency was a fraud. And there's still bankers that I know that still think cryptocurrency is a fraud when their bank is investing in cryptocurrency. Wells Fargo invested $5 million into a cryptocurrency platform exchange. Bank of America owns the most cryptocurrency patents. I want you to think about this for just a moment. Warren Buffett closed out almost all bank stocks last year, increased his position in Bank of America by 10%. Bank of America owns the most cryptocurrency patents. Bank of America works with Ripple, okay? Think about that. He won't admittedly go into cryptocurrency, but he did close out of bank stocks, increase his position. He increased his position in Bank of America, who is connected with Ripple, who has the most cryptocurrency patents, and he went into buying gold mines. So do you see where Warren Buffett, one of the smartest money in the world, is moving to? Stores of value. But you're still sitting on your savings account at your bank account, stacking up cash that is absolutely trash, okay? What is a JPM coin? JP coin is a permissionless shared ledger system that serves as a payment rail and deposit account ledger, enabling participants at JPM or clients to transfer US dollars held on deposit with JP Morgan. JPM coin facilitates real-time value movement, helping to solve common hurdles of traditional cross-border payments. Okay. Now people are like, oh, how is XRP going to be successful? There's 7 billion people in the world. There's so many financial institutions, decentralized, all these different all these companies are going to work together. I want you to think about it. You have, what do you have? You have Apple, you have Dell, you have Samsung, you have all these different companies. There's not going to be just one payment rail. I want you to think about it. Is there one payment rail now? Is there one bank now? Is there one government institution that runs everything? No, it's all separated. There's different protocols for everything. So all coins have not all coins, all ones that have real utility have the opportunity to be successful. It really depends on the leadership team, the marketing team. That's why you have to understand how to research cryptocurrency, okay? Now, this is important to understand too. Dwindling cash use is pushing central banks to race towards digital currencies. Now, as you're being told cryptocurrency is a fraud, your central banks, okay? Your central banks are rushing towards digital currency. So Deputy Governor of the Bank of Italy, Piero Sapoli, I said that correctly, told CNBC that increased focus on CBDCs stem from general move away from cash. Commentators have been quick to assume that the advent of CBDCs could have implications on monetary policy. London central banks are accelerating their work on digital currencies. Investors are taking note. Earlier this year, the Bank of International Settlements pushed its latest survey showing that 86% of 65 central banks have spoken on doing some form of central bank digital currencies, be it research, proofs of concept, or pilot in development. Almost 15% are moving towards actual research for pilots. What has spurred this activity? Deputy Governor of the Bank Bank of Italy of Piro, I can't even say that, told CBDC that the increased focus on, told CNBC that the increased focus on CBDCs stems from the general move away from cash, adding that this could undermine one of its basic functions of the central bank. He added that the environment where cash is used less and less by both customers and merchants because of the whole ecosystem and shifting towards digitalized, you want to replace the functionality of cash with something that is digital but is conceptually as close as possible to cash. And let's pause for just a moment. A digital dollar is very different from a fiat dollar. Here's why. You need to know the game, warriors, okay? Now, the pandemic, as you look this way, I don't know, you decide what you think about it. They pushed us onto these, right? We had to switch the monetary system. Since 2009, when Bitcoin was inception of Bitcoin, more money's been printed in the monetary system. Since 1971, since we detached from the gold standard, they have literally crashed the system. Think about the housing crash was a complete shake of the system. I think it was the first shakeout to figure out where we're at, and they were moving us to a new monetary system. And the elites have been packing their bags this whole time, warriors, and as you look this way, you're the one that gets hurt. Now you're starting to get stimulus checks. They're getting you used to universal basic income. They're getting you used to living off of the government. You're getting your third stimulus check. Think about that for just a moment. They're printing money that's not even in existence, and they have to run more debt into the society. You can't keep doing this. We're a debt-based society. So you have a world, or excuse me, let's talk about America specifically. Our gross domestic product is literally negative. We couldn't even walk into a car dealership and buy a car as a country. We are negative GDP. Okay, so now we're printing money into infinity. We have a country who's living off of stimulus checks. Small businesses are literally hanging on by a thread because they're propped up by stimulus, called a zombie economy. As soon as all that crashes, the elite's bags are packed. But you can make a decision to be part of that ecosystem. That's what we're investing in the cryptocurrency space, but you got to understand what you're doing. Now, CBDC, central bank digital dollar, is very different. A digital dollar puts you closer to the central bank. A digital dollar, they can control the money in your account. If they go negative interest rates, that means the value of your money goes down. That forces you to take your money, because you see it going down, to move it into the economy, because you're going to go buy something, right? Because you don't want to see your money go away, so you're going to go purchase maybe a house, maybe a car, and that's how they stimulate the economy. Okay, so think about this. Should you be moving towards digital currencies? Now, CBDC is obviously different than, on Ethereum, but they run off of the same type of protocols, and this is going to give confidence to the people, the American people, and the world that cryptocurrency is here to stay, right? Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys because you got a lot of people within your family telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud. We are moving towards a cryptocurrency blockchain type protocol. Your voting is going to be on it. Your medical record is going to be on it. Everything is going to run off a blockchain. Okay, I'll end with this. IMF, World Bank, G20 countries to create central bank digital currency rules. Okay, this was last year, October 12th. International financial authorities and 20 of the world's largest economies are establishing official standards and regulatory issues for sovereign digital currencies. The group of G20, this is a meeting they have every single year, organized a finance ministry of central bank governors representing the European Union and 19 countries across the continent. Said report Tuesday, it's working with International Monetary Fund, the IMF, I study them incessantly, the World Bank, and the Bank for International Settlements, the BIS, to formalize the use of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, in banking systems. According to the report, by the end of 2022, the G20 members, the IMF, World Bank, and the BIS will have completely regulatory stablecoin frameworks and research for selection of CBDCs, designed technologies, and experiments. This is why this is super important, warriors. I want you to hear me out on this. This is my thought, not financial advice. This is what I think is going to happen. Okay, I believe that we are going through the big bull run. I have a cryptocurrency. My portfolio has tripled since last year, okay? Now, number two, we are going to go through a bull run. You're going to see a massive price appreciation, and then there's going to be a big pullback. And then in between 2021 and 2025, there's going to be mass adoption, things like this. In 2022, you'll get clear regulation on stablecoins. So why would the G20 be coming up with regulation on stablecoins if cryptocurrency is a fraud? Think about that, warriors. These are things you need to think about. They want you confused so that you look this way. They don't want you to become the uncommon 1%. They don't want you to have the money that they have, because those who control the money, control the information, control the people. So according to a report, by the end of 2022, the G20 members, the IMF, World Bank, and the BIS will have completely regulatory stablecoin. So I believe that we're going to go through the biggest bull run in history. I'm going to pull profits in 2021. As the market goes down, there may be a super cycle. That's what they're calling it. So maybe the market goes down, then there's a super cycle after that, and I'll have some of my portfolio sitting there just in case it's a super cycle. I'm going to hold long term through the bear market, and I believe in 2025 that is when we are going to build massive amounts of generational wealth. But you can still do really well in the bear market. That's where I made most of my profits. Well, it's much easier in the bear market in my opinion because it's less scarier, right? Because there's these parabolic moves and drops. And so in the bear market, I was just scalping, bringing money in, buying back in. And so during the bear market, we're going to work to build our bags all the way till 2025. And I believe that's when the real generational wealth is going to come. All right, Warriors. So I just wanted to bring that out to you guys. So why would Anchor Bank bring in a 20% API? Banks are shaking in their boots. That's why your banks are declining your debit card transactions and why they're stopping you from buying cryptocurrency and why they're shutting down your card when you buy cryptocurrency. It is literally the modern day bank run. Think about that. In 1929, when JP Morgan supposedly put FUD into the market and people ran on the banks. This is a modern day bank run. Think of it, we're in the exact same situation. In 1929, they put FUD into the bank or FUD into the system, a rumor into the system that banks were going to crash. Everybody did a run on the banks. It did a monetary system crash, and then they rebuilt after that. And then after 1929 and 1930, you finally found out who was at Jekyll Island. Go do your research. Okay, now we're in a system where they're saying, oh, no, cryptocurrency is a fraud. Don't look over here. Look over here. Wait for your government to give you a stimulus check, right? And they're packing their bags. There's a bunch of FUD in the market, and we're a small percentage of the population that's stacking our bags in the new quantum financials. But you have to be very careful, Warriors. You need to be very, very careful. There's a lot of bad actors in this space, just like any monetary space. Okay, there's a lot of people who are going to try to scam you. There's a lot of shit cryptocurrencies. There just is. That's why it's important to be around a community that's going to support you. So that's what we do here at the Warrior Academy. It's not a perfect program, but it's a program that we constantly take feedback, we constantly grow. It's a system of people working together. We're not financial advisors, not financial advice. So we have a cryptocurrency call every Thursday. I show my exact portfolio. It's not financial advice. I'm just documenting my journey into the quantum financial system. We built out a very strict exit strategy that you have access to, that you can build out in a spreadsheet that will show you exactly when you think you should get out of the cryptocurrency space so that you can pull profits and build money for your family. We have a technical analysis call every single Friday. We have a Discord with over 700 warriors helping each other out. We have a 120-day program, subconscious mind programming workout. It has everything, warriors, mind, body, soul, and how to build generational wealth. So if you want to join our Warrior program, now is the time. Click the link down in the description. You can also join our free Facebook group. Follow me on Instagram at CoachJV_. I'll be answering all my messages today. I have about 120 messages to answer, and I will answer them all within the next 48 hours. I work to answer every single message. Also follow me on my Coach JV podcast, and that's all I got today. Warriors, rise. Let's go.